Hello everyone, my name is Sydney, and in this video I will show you an interesting match between Gemini and Photoshop Part 1. We are about to find out which apps is better at removing complex background, not just simple ones. So if you want to learn and have fun with me, stay tuned. Let's jump into the comparison. So here's an image I generated. I simply wrote neutral face portrait. Now in Photoshop, let's start by selecting the Magic Wand tool. So in this image, you may see a normal background, just a brown one without any objects. Many people tend to misunderstand situations like this. If they don't see things like bicycle, people, buses, or building in the background, they don't consider it hard to work with. But the truth is, the second type of image is actually much easier than the first one. But why isn't it easier? Because Photoshop has no problem removing objects from the background. That's not a weakness, it's actually one of the strengths. With the Adobe Firefly feature, Photoshop has become even better at this. It made this type of editing even easier. So the real challenge here isn't removing objects from the background, it's the hair. Photoshop struggles with similar colors. It often gets confused when elements share the same tones. Let's take a closer look at this. With the Magic Wand tool selected, I'm going to click on the background. And this is exactly what I was talking about. Not because the background is complex, it's actually very plain, but because of the similar colors between the background and the hair. At this point, Photoshop isn't giving us the result we want. That's clear, so we need to keep adjusting the tool. If we reduce the tolerance of the Magic Wand tool, let's set it to 25%, the selection becomes more limited, more precise. And even after reducing the tolerance settings, the tool still struggles to distinguish similar colors. Now, let's try our second option in Photoshop, Adobe Firefly. It's the AI feature Photoshop uses. Wow, look at this. Let's analyze it. I can confidently say this is one of the most important features Photoshop has introduced. I just hit the select subject option, wait a second, and boom. And I know some of you may think this is just a simple selection, but it's not. What's interesting here is that the Magic Wand selection in Photoshop isn't only around the hair edges, it actually selects areas within the hair as well. Yes guys, this is the real magic. Watch how Adobe Firefly AI understands the subject far better than any other tool. I think this was a great idea to take the program to another level. At first glance, the hair might look good, but in reality, it still needs some touch-ups. And this is where AI and Photoshop works together. Let's enhance the hair because it's still far from looking natural. It may look good, but it's not quite natural yet. Now, grab the Polygonal Lasso Tool and select the top part of the hair. Set the feather to 5%, click Generative Fill, and hit Generate. We don't have to write anything there because the AI is going to try to convert that part of the hair into something more natural. We get three options here, and honestly, based on the type of the hair, the third one looks like the best choice. Select the top part again, copy and paste it. Then move it up to give the hair more height. Great, let's add another copy to fill in the missing area, trim the sides, and that's it. And what do you think, guys? I think the hair looks much better this way. Let's continue trimming the remaining ends at the bottom to make the hair look more uniform. And this is how the final result could look using Photoshop AI and tools. Of course, you can achieve even better results with a complex background like this. It just takes time. Keep applying the same techniques, experiment with different options in Adobe Firefly, and refine the details. In my opinion, the direct image looks okay, but it doesn't look natural. Alright, let's see what Gemini can do with just one click. Is it gonna be better or worse than the edited photo? Let's find out. Great, let's just open Gemini, type put it on white background, Hit enter and that's it. Let's wait a little bit and boom. Oh my, can you see the difference in the detail between this photo and the other one? Hold on, let's make this easier. Now look, you see? One thing we can see is the sort of modification Gemini made to certain parts of the photo, including the hair. More specifically, the hair color is a little lighter. Alright guys, we have a winner, so what's my final verdict? Which one wins? Obviously it's Gemini. But why did Gemini do better? What's the difference? We have to understand that although the tools we use were designed to make selections and perform a few other tasks, they rely on selection patterns that Gemini simply doesn't use. In the case of the Magic Wand tool, it works based on color similarity and tonal values. Basically, the Magic Wand tool rigs the pixels to determine color and tones. It creates selections by analyzing color similarity, tonal range, and pixel data. On the other hand, Gemini first understands everything in the image. Gemini analyzes the image using a neural network trained on millions of samples. It recognizes objects, edges, shapes, and textures. For example, Gemini can identify a person, their hair, their clothing, the wall behind them, the shadows around their bone, and like so. That's why, even if someone's dark hair blends into a dark background, Gemini can still separate it, because it understands what hair looks like. And that's exactly why we got the result we did with our image. Easy. The Magic Wand tool selects based mainly on color similarity, tone range, and pixel adjacency. Gemini based mainly on image analysis, semantic understanding, object recognition, edge prediction. Alright guys, I think we finally have a winner in this first Gemini versus Photoshop showdown for complex background removal. What do you think? Do you agree? So, if you enjoyed the video or learned something new, make sure to subscribe, please leave a comment, and tell me who won for you, Gemini or Photoshop. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next part 2.